Welcome back to Behind the Print podcast, where we feature industry leaders and uncover the creative minds and their businesses within the world of professional printing. Our mission is to provide you with inspiring, actionable resources that elevate your business projects and accelerate your journey to excellence in profit and print. Today's episode is the Sok It story from OG to now, and I'm here today with Customer Experience Manager Kristal.
Hello.
Hey, Kristal, how's your day been?
It's going great. Every day here at SokIt's pretty awesome.
For sure. So, for anyone who's just discovering you or Sok It, what makes you guys different and what do you guys do?
Sure. So we are SokIt, obviously. We make neoprene cup covers and all different types of products. So we make some that are for your cup that can just go on your iced coffee. Then we also have some that go on your can. So we have our can sock that goes on there to keep your hands nice and cool. And then we even make a bottle sock actually that goes on your to-go bottles or your sports bottles. A lot of people really like them because it adds that little bumper to the bottom so you're not dinging up your desk all the time, or it just adds a little fashion to it. But really, we make a lot of different products out of neoprene that solve cold drink problems. And then we also make a lunch tote that we just came out with this last year that's gone really well because there's not a lot of lunch totes that really keep your lunch cold all day. So we saw a problem. My kids were having issues with their lunch staying cold, and we saw there needed to be a solution. So we did what we could and we fixed it. We just love making our products out of neoprene and just having fun with them and all the different fun prints. So that's Sok It.
That's super cool. And so many different kinds of sockets that you can choose from to fit anything that you're using it for.
Exactly. Yeah, we really want to make sure that we cover all the different options. People have their to-go drinks, they've got their bottles they love, they've got all different kinds of things, and we want to make sure we kind of fit everything for them so that they can decorate their drinks and have a little accessory to go with them.
And the prints that you guys have are so fun. There's so many different designs. There's like an endless list to pick from.
There is. We, over the last 8 years, we now have over 600 different styles that we've created. And we really like to make sure that we have fun with them, that are kind of all different topics across all different kinds of ranges here.
For sure. If you have a special interest or a hobby that you like, you will definitely find it on Sok It to match with your little cup or whatever you're drinking. So that's super, super fun and cool.
Yeah, absolutely. We've even got our sports ones going now. So we do have several different sports. So all of our different sports fans can celebrate them as well.
That's so exciting. So tell me, what's your story with a brand and how did you go from a fan to a customer experience manager?
Sure. So Saka started about 8 years ago. Our owner, David, started our company, and he's actually my uncle. So he is an avid iced coffee fanatic, like drinks iced coffee year round, lives in North Jersey. Yes, it's cold, still loves his iced coffee. And he got really sick of all these wet napkins everywhere and puddles on his desk. And so he decided we need a solution here. And so he started Java Sock. And it was really basic. We had three colors. We had black, hot pink, and baby blue. And originally, they colors kind of started from Dunkin' because he was a huge Dunkin' Donuts fan. And so eventually, he would send me products because he knew I was also a giant iced coffee fan and in college. And so he would send me products and stuff to test out. And, I'd give him feedback. And then he would just start sending me boxes of Java socks in all three sizes because he would give them to me. I'd be out using them, and someone would say, "What is that? Where did you get that?" And I'd say, "Oh, we weren't even SokIt at the time. We were literally just Java Sock." And I would take my cup cover off and give it to them, and then they would, love it. Then they would go buy more. He could actually track our sales based on where I was giving out free product. Because he could say, "Oh, well, Kristal lives in Pennsylvania, and there's these sales right where she just happened to be giving out product." So it kind of turned into I was one of like the first influencers before influencers were even a thing. So, COVID hit and everybody became an influencer, but I loved having product, giving it out, and just making someone's day and making them feel so much happier. And I solved their problem. They all didn't even know they had a problem, and I'm giving them a solution, and now they're oh my gosh, my desk, you saved my desk. So really it just turned into me constantly giving out product. He would come to me and ask about different prints at the very early stages. We had very basic prints and he would kind of say, "What do you think of this?" And I'd give some input and finally after like 5 or 6 years, he's like, "I think I need to finally bring you on full time." And I was like, "Yes, please," because I love our product. I don't think there's been a day I've gone without using them on something. And so really it just came to the point where he invited me to join the company. So I handle our customer service department, but I also handle a lot of our wholesale aspect, and then I work with our marketing team. So we're a small company, so I wear a lot of different hats here, but definitely help in any aspect I can, even with print design, print selection, researching different prints, trends. So really, I wear all the little hats in the company and help out in every department the best I can. And I just love it. I love Sok It. We're a great company and we're small, so we really care about our employees and we really care about our customers. We want to make sure they're happy and loving Sok It just like we do.
Well, I love Sok It. I love my Sok It. It is amazing. It keeps my drink so
Good.
cold for so much longer than I had anticipated. I was a little bit surprised at first. I was like, whoa, this thing really works.
It really does. It'll stay on my desk. I'll have an iced coffee. And I tend to be a large iced coffee girl. I sip it throughout the whole day. And it'll still be ice cold and ice in there after 6, 7 hours just sitting on my desk. So it really does keep the ice in there. People test it all the time. They're like, "Oh my God, it really does." I'm like, "Yes, it really does." And it travels so well too. It's very convenient and compact. So it fits everywhere. I put it in my pocket when I go to concerts or stadiums because you can't keep a lot of bags and stuff in anymore, and it fits in your pocket. It can go through a metal detector, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. My kids love it. It keeps their drinks all cold while we're at a Bears game or something for the hockey. So it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome. And you had mentioned some of the different like styles that are in Sok It's merchandise overall in every design that you guys have. How did you come up with those 600 designs that you had mentioned?
It's been a long process. So we're very trend oriented. So we do a lot of research. So I personally attend 3 markets a season. So 6 shows a year now for the wholesale side. And when we're at those shows, we realize and research a lot of what the upcoming seasons are bringing, what trends are very popular. We also work with a lot of trend companies to find out what trends are coming up in the next year or two so that we really come out with prints that are on trend. We don't want to come out with something that nobody's going to be interested in. So we really want to make sure that we're doing our research on what is trending, but what's just popular? What are people really into right now? And so we really spend a lot of time in that world making sure that what we're coming out with are what people are really, really wanting, not just some off the wall obscure print, but we really want to make sure that we spend the time for good trends and also very crisp colors and seamless prints. We really spend a lot of time making sure that everything lines up really well and that everything just looks really crisp and clean. We like high quality, very bright, very bold prints, as I'm sure you can tell.
For sure. And I can definitely tell with those colors and just like all the designs, it's really specific. And coming from a printing industry, I totally get you how nitpicky that stuff can be, but it does
Oh,
make
yeah.
all the difference. Like you were mentioning, it's top quality.
Yes, yeah, we actually do several rounds too to make sure the print comes out really well. There's a lot who have knocked us off over the years and even down to the print that we have. And we can tell almost instantly this is ours and this is theirs because of the quality and the crispness of the printing. We really are very, very meticulous about making sure the lines are clear, there's no bleeding because we want high quality products for our customers. And the knockoffs, they just don't care. They just want to mass produce and have it out there. So we really do a lot of, research. We really take our time and make sure that what we're producing is good quality because that's what our customers expect from us.
I totally hear you there. We're in the same type of idea
Yep.
over here. So, but yeah, on the flip side, tell me about your printed materials. How do you keep that just like awesome, fun vibe throughout your catalogs and other things that you guys use for your marketing?
Sure. So we are very big on obviously big, bold colors, and we really think that that's important in our catalog as well. Going to these shows over the year, I always tend to look at catalogs from other companies just to kind of see what they're doing and get ideas and inspiration. And a lot of times I've noticed lately there are a lot more kind of bland, very white, or a lot of open white space, which is great, especially when you have a lot of bold, bright colors. But to really grab attention, we've kind of found that having some type of big, bold color, the cover of our catalog is bright blue, and then having a very vibrant print right in the middle of it coming right at you. And then lots of, just lifestyle images to show how the product is used. But again, bright, bold, in your face. This is what it's for. Because a lot of times they just aren't doing that a lot anymore. So we really try to make it very creative, kind of fun, more of a fashion catalog. Ours is definitely not just like oh, this is a cup cover. It almost looks like you're looking at a fashion catalog. So we really made it feel that way this time to give it a little bit more excitement because honestly, our product is a fashion accessory. A lot of people use this to coordinate with their outfits. I know I do. I've got like 200 of these things in this house. And I'm always, okay, I'm wearing orange today. Well, I've got my, Easter one going that's got some oranges and pinks. And that's kind of what we've definitely noticed from our customers is they use it as that fashion accessory. And so that's kind of where we went that route with our catalog and our sell sheets and any of our marketing materials. We go that fashion route because it's thought of more as a fashion accessory.
That's really cool. It gives it a high-end look as well. I feel like they get really excited about the matching and getting
Oh,
it
yeah.
all to go. So I
Oh, yeah.
totally feel you there. That's so much fun.
Oh yeah. And actually it's kind of funny. Hospitals are one of our biggest retailers. We're in a lot of hospital gift shops and nurses are our biggest supporter and customer. And what we found is they tend to either coordinate or they'll do like a, opposites kind of thing. So if they're wearing all blue, they've got their hot pink, kind of sock. Or if they're wearing all blue, then they've got something that's kind of in that blue family to all coordinate. So we've definitely noticed where they like to coordinate their scrubs to their Java socks or, can socks. It's pretty fun and they just love them. The hospitals just love our products because we fit their stuff and we love to give back to our nursing staff. So we're always trying to help them in any way that we can.
That is so fun. I love that story. So, what's the most important part of your job as a customer experience manager at Sok It?
So my most important part would probably be helping our customers whenever they're running into order issues. A lot of times it's unfortunately a lot out of our hands. It's a carrier that's gone a little rogue with delivering a package. But when that even happens, we bend over backwards to make sure that they're still getting their product. They have that expectation of I want this, I want it in a certain time frame, and they expect it in that certain time frame. We can't help it if a carrier's lost it or it's stuck in some postal office somewhere. So we do try everything we can to help make sure that they get their packages in a very early, timely manner, but also make up for it if it does get lost. We tend to try to help with an extra freebie or a little discount here or there if they do run into any issues. But really, we just try to go above and beyond, make sure that our customers are happy, that they love our product, and that if they do run into any issues, we try to solve that problem as best we can for them. We want to make sure they feel heard.
For sure. And I love your website. It's so organized and so pretty to look at. I had such a fun time going through it the other day.
Oh, thank you so much. And that's just one aspect of, like I said, I wear a lot of hats here. So handling wholesale is a whole nother aspect, but I really do like working with our customers. Most of them are very awesome. They get really excited about our product. And sometimes they've ordered 10, 15 times and then they run into one issue. And when they've ordered a lot, I tend to go really above and beyond because I want to make them feel, again, you're investing in our company. We want to invest in you. I'll throw in an extra freebie if they ran into an issue or get them faster shipping or just whatever I can to just make them feel heard and that we care. We really do. We want them to feel heard. I know I keep saying that.
No, that's okay. I totally hear you. That's important. And it's important to get your message out like that and have your customers know, hey, if you run into a problem, just reach out because some people won't
Yeah.
even reach out if they have a problem. They're just kind of stuck.
Yeah, we've had a couple customers who've ordered at Christmas time and are just starting to reach out, hey, our order never got here. And we're like, what? Well, happy to help you, but It's been like 5 months. We'll help you, but no problem. But yeah, it's funny. They just go months without asking for help. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, yeah, we'll help you, but no worries.
So, can you walk us through some of the ways that you use packaging, inserts, or other printed materials to build loyalty or excitement?
Sure. So one thing we offer is we do an employee sample kit. So we include 4 medium Java socks in a little box, and we have a label on top that explains what everything is inside of the box. And then we have a postcard inside that actually goes over top selling points to help with sell through for retail. So we do include that for all of our retail customers to just teach them about the product. And we found that their employees are our biggest ambassador. So honestly, when they're sitting in the store, they're working and they've got their iced coffee on the counter. Now they've got this Java sock on it. And customers, again, are, where did you get that? What is that? Oh, it's just right over there on this lovely rack back here. And they really love it. So having those sales tips really helps them. It gives them those talking points because otherwise they don't always know exactly all the features or what to say about it. So including that printed material is really helpful for them because they'll keep that postcard on the desk. So that way if somebody asks, they have a quick reference guide. But for at the moment, that's our included printed materials with orders. Like I said, we don't do stickers just yet, but we are looking to do them, which I'm very excited about. That's been a pet project of mine to get something going, and now they are working on those. So that's very exciting here for the future.
Yeah, that's super, super exciting. So, do you know how much it actually helps them sell your product just by having those little inserts in there?
I have heard very good feedback from the retailers themselves saying this has been very helpful, but they have just given back very good feedback that they really appreciate that and that the employees feel really appreciated too. So they do say that it's helpful. They like that they're getting them.
So, what has been one of your favorite customer moments or messages that you've received?
Yes. So was a woman, it was probably a year or so ago. She reached out. She's a breast cancer survivor, and she really was just writing to say how thankful she was for our product. I'm a breast cancer survivor now, also of 5 years. And so when I was reading this, it really hit home that we made something that really helped her. So her hands would get very cold due to chemo and other treatments she was going through. And she was really struggling with just her drinks, even in her own home, even her like little pint glasses and things. She was really struggling just able to hold them because her hands would get so cold so fast. So she discovered us and she put us on all of her cups and found that her hands aren't getting so cold. She can grip the cup better. She didn't feel like she was losing her grip on it. So hearing that from her was so huge. And then she actually did a huge, good sized bulk purchase where she donated then a bunch of Java socks to her oncology office, which then she inspired me. So then I donated to my oncology office as well because I'm like, you know what? Like they saved my life. She's absolutely right. So we both gave a nice donation to our oncology offices to just say thank you and appreciate what they do for us because I know my office went above and beyond for me, and I know she felt the same way. So we really just wanted to give back to our doctors to say thank you. But she really just hit it home for me when she's like, I'm going to give them all a nice donation and say thank you with your product because I truly believe in it. So it really spoke to me and made me feel really excited for her.
For sure, that says so much just with one little interaction. It's like, wow, this is really helping people in a way bigger way than I thought before.
Absolutely. It really is kind of cool to see that something we just made to help just keep your iced coffee cold is helping people who are going through something and having a physical limitation. So it's really awesome to see.
For sure, helping people is always great. Always great. I love it.
Absolutely. Love it.
So, for other small businesses trying to stand out, what advice would you give them just from what you've learned?
So really, I would suggest just trying to be different, going a different route, doing something different. I know customer service, a lot of people, they make a policy and they really stick to it. And I'm definitely one to stick to a policy. But I also understand that things happen and thinking outside of the box. How can I go above and beyond to help this person? How can I go above and beyond to make this situation better? Coming up with some ideas outside the box. And I don't have ideas for everybody, but coming for SOC, our employee sample kit, that was one that we hadn't done before. And that really helped us get our sales going when it came to having employees as our ambassadors, when offering them those free employee kits. But honestly, just kind of creating your own brand feel. SokIt's crazy. We're really fun and goofy and like to have fun and have wacky prints and just, as we always say, we work hard, but we play harder. And that's just always been our company policy. And so when I think of other companies, that kind of should be your mentality is work hard, but play harder. Play harder for your customers. Make sure that they feel you see and hear them and that they feel appreciated. It goes a long way to just do some small little thing for them. They feel really heard and appreciated, and they'll keep coming back. So if you keep your customers happy, they're going to keep coming back. And the word of mouth is huge, I can tell you. They constantly are talking about our product, and that's how I hear from people all the time. Oh, my friend was talking about your product, and now I had to buy one, and now we're here. Definitely keeping your customers happy because word of mouth right now is still really big.
For sure. And with all of that word of mouth and the huge community that you guys have on social, what do you think that has in the play of success for Socket?
Sure. So with social, it definitely has helped. We have a Facebook group. We're called Sock Heads. And they are awesome people. I was going to say ladies because that's mostly our demographic, which is in there, but there's definitely some men scattered in. But they are really cool. They come up with some like really cool storage ideas. They come up with just different print ideas, different themes we haven't thought of. And so having that social has been very helpful for our company because we're getting instant feedback from them on even our new release. Hey, we're gonna do a new release. We give it to them first. They kind of look at it, stew over it, and give us some feedback. And we've listened. There have been a couple prints over the years we've put out, and they're like, I would never buy that. And we're like, nope, scrap that. Nope, we're not going to make that. So, having that social aspect has been very helpful. And they get so creative with our products. It's so comical of like the things that they use them for. It cracks me up.
So, what's the craziest thing you've seen a socket used for?
Okay, there's two I will never forget. So one was a gentleman. He was a truck driver, a long haul truck driver, and he messaged us to let us know he had found a kitten on the side of the road. And he took a medium Java sock and put the kitten in it in his cup holder as its car seat.
No, isn't that just literally the cutest thing you've ever heard in your life? Was it a cat Java sock?
No, it was, I don't remember. I think it was just blue or something. It was amazing. This little kitten just like poking his little head out. And I'm like, oh my God. He just sat there. The guy said he sat there for hours, just chilling in his little cup. And he'd climb out once in a while. And then, he'd climb back in because I think he felt, it was a safe little home. But so that was one I'll never forget. And then the other one was this, again, gentleman. These guys, they're thinking outside the box. He lived in Texas or lives in Texas. And he said his steering wheel would get too hot. So he would use it as a pot holder, essentially. He would use it as a steering wheel holder so that he could drive. Now he's in Texas, so they don't have gloves like I do up here in the Northeast. It gets cold up here. So he doesn't have gloves. So he used our Java socks as steering wheel holders because the steering wheel got too hot.
That is
Amazing.
awesome. You can use a socket for anything. It's not limited.
Oh, anything. We've had ladies who will get a large one and they'll put their thing of yarn in there and then use it to knit or crochet, to have the string coming out. Oh, all sorts of things. Oh, I actually cut one apart and sewed it to my son's backpack because his cup holder thing, mesh pocket fell apart. And I was like, well, neoprene will never fall apart. So I cut one in half and stitched it on. And now he's got this cup holder on his backpack. I'm even coming up with crazy. Oh my gosh. There was one more thing. Okay. This was actually my youngest son. He has, probably in the other room, but he has this giant stuffed animal turtle. And it had this big tongue, and somehow the tongue got ripped out, and he wanted a new tongue. I had a pink Java sock, so I cut a tongue and stitched it in, and now he's got a pink tongue.
I think you need to start a whole series of Java sock, but not for a cup.
Exactly, exactly. What can we use this for?
Exactly. Oh, that's great. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Oh, that's great. That's great. All right. So, if you had a day to spend completely free, however you'd like, no responsibilities, no socket, what would you be doing?
Oh, I would be out fly fishing. I would be on the water, fly fishing. My heart content. You too? See,
Yes,
I totally get it. It's like, something about being out there. It is so good for your soul, so refreshing. Just, I don't even care if I catch a fish. That's like, I always say that's the added bonus. Like, yes, I got one. It's more like just reconnecting and just the quiet and the peace and just, it's good for your soul. So you get it. Oh my gosh, I
for
love that.
sure.
I
Pure
fish too.
serenity.
Love it.
Dragging them back, flying them
Yeah.
out. Heck yes. I love it. I love it.
So yeah.
So, where can people find Socket or become part of the Sockhead crew?
Sure. So Socket, we have a website. So it's sok-it.com. So that's just our normal website. And then we're also on Amazon. And then we are in over, I think it's 1,600 retailers across the country. And so we do, I believe, have our store locator on our website. So you can use that to find any of our local retail stores. We are also in Scooters Coffee and a couple other like big chains. It's sold all over the country. And we're making a much bigger presence on the West Coast right now. We were much more Northeast and Southwest area, but we're definitely infiltrating the market out west. So yeah, it's good.
That is awesome. Well, you guys heard her. Check out Socket. It is
Yeah.
amazing for real. I tried them out and I will never go back. My coffee will never be bare again. It will always be socked.
Always put a sock on it.
Exactly. But that's another wrap of an episode of Behind the Print podcast. Thanks to our listeners for listening as we have explored the artistry and innovation of the printing world. Remember, having a strong vision, building the right strategy, and using print to amplify your message will make your brand stand out from the crowd. If you've enjoyed today's episode, be sure to stop by printingcenterusa.com and get a free sample pack to share with your fellow business enthusiasts. Until next time, keep those creative sparks flying and remember, there's always more to discover behind the print.